Right now, live at 5.
We go into detail into the Duluth Police Department's biggest drug bust in history, a year in the making.
We're live on the roads as the snow is falling. We'll tell you what road conditions are looking like.
I talked with local hunters to see why they're so excited for this early season snowfall.
And the final debate. President Trump and Joe Biden will go at it for the last time before the election. How new changes to the format could impact tonight's event. And National Guard activated. Minnesota's governor takes action after a big decision in the George Floyd case.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. For the second time this week, the potential for an October snowstorm is lingering. Here's a live look from our Live by 3. This is up on the hill near Hermantown, and we'll bring you the latest reports from the road. And Caitlin Moffitt will have more details coming up on that forecast in just a few minutes. Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. The second round of snow this week in Minnesota has it looking a little less like Halloween and more like Christmas outside.
Yeah, sure does. This is the third round of snow already in October, which is quite abnormal. So many are wondering, is this the snowiest October on record? To answer that question, CBS 3's meteorologist Alex Libby is outside Duluth International Airport for us tonight. And Alex, I know you're a big snow guy, so you're probably hoping that we're going to be getting more snow here.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be out here and possibly see a record get broken here in October. And the reason I'm at the airport is because just down at the end of the runway is the National Weather Service, and they do the official measurement. I'm going to be as official as possible, so I'm not going to measure on the ground, which is slushy. It's a black surface. The National Weather Service uses a white board to do the official measurements on because that holds the snow the best. So I got the next best thing. I have a white car right here behind me. I got my green National Weather Service yardstick, so pretty official. You don't ask me, and I'll measure how much we have, at least so far. So we need 3.3 inches to tie the record, 3.4 to break it. And it looks like right now on the top of this car, we have just over 1 inch. So that puts us at just over 2 inches to go to tie or break that record. And I don't know, Caitlin will have details on the forecast, whether we're going to break that record tonight in the few more hours or so that we could see. But for me now at the airport, I'll send things back to you to break this record.
I know, it's kind of a strange thing around here. We like to break snow records, even if it's October. Thanks, Alex.
And now we'll turn to Caitlin, who's here to give us a forecast. Caitlin, do you think that record is within reach? Or?
I know we had to lower some totals, but I still think we can manage to get that 3-inch mark that we need to break that record. I know we had a little bit of issue this morning with that snowstorm kind of making its way into the Northland, and I want to explain a little bit why here on the Doppler and satellite, what we're looking at in terms of this snow event. You can see down in central Wisconsin here, I'll get my arrows to kind of show you a bigger picture. These thunderstorms over in central Wisconsin and the Green Bay area have been kind of developing all morning and afternoon hours, and these are the reason it's kind of taking away all of that moisture that we needed in Canal Park this morning to produce that snow that we were anticipating as of yesterday. Now, we started very late here in the Twin Ports in terms of seeing that snow shower activity, and snow is just finally, starting to fall in most spots further inland. You can see by the Duluth area and closer to the lake, you see greens and even some pinks. We're still a little bit on the warmer side because we're still seeing rain showers in the Canal Park. Further up on the hill, we are seeing some light snow fall, so that is some good news there. We also have been downgraded from a winter storm warning. We are back to a winter weather advisory that goes until Friday morning. So coming up in just a bit, I'll have the latest timing on when this snow moves out and the extended forecast.
Thanks, Caitlin. More than $1 million worth of drugs is now off the streets of Duluth, surrounding cities and states. It was part of a historic year-long drug bust led by the Duluth Police Department. The DPD and a handful of other agencies arrested 35 people, seized more than 1 pound of heroin laced with fentanyl, more than 2.5 pounds of meth, and 2 weapons. CBS 3's Leanne Valdez breaks down what it took to get to this point.
The Duluth Police Department says this is the biggest takedown they have ever done, and thousands of hours went into the region-wide drug bust. Operation West Side Mows began in December of 2019. Authorities received a tip that a man from Rochester, Minnesota, Ricky Osborne, was one of the heads of a group called Black Pea Stone Nation Gang, who distributed substances throughout greater Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa. Police say Osborne made frequent trips to Duluth and is believed to be responsible for distribution of many drugs. Lieutenant Kazel says roundups like this come with a downfall. Those experiencing addiction in the area will have to go through challenges. DPD is making sure they get help.
We have lots of programs that we've set up to deal with the demand side because, A, we want to get the people help, right? It's the right thing to do for these people. But it also works on the demand side. If we can reduce the demand, we won't be a target for people to come here to sell.
If you're interested in getting help, we've provided a number you can call on our website. Duluth Police Department is still looking for 10 more people involved in the case. As for Osborne and others involved in the case, they are in the process of getting transported to St. Louis County.
Thanks, Leanne. We did also ask Duluth Police if this drug trafficking organization had any connections to the increase in shootings Duluth has seen this year. Lieutenant Kazel says the people arrested are not suspects in any of the recent shootings, but they may have known someone who was part of it.
A Minnesota judge has dismissed a third-degree murder count filed against the former Minneapolis police officer who knelt on the neck of George Floyd. However, the judge ruled the more serious second-degree murder charge against Derek Chauvin remains. The Hennepin County District Court judge's ruling was made public today. Chauvin now faces 2 counts of second-degree murder and manslaughter. The judge also denied defense requests to dismiss the aiding and abetting counts against 3 other former officers involved. After that news today, Governor Tim Walz activated 100 Minnesota National Guard members to help law enforcement in the Twin Cities. It was a request from Minneapolis leaders. The governor says this is a precautionary step to ensure Minnesotans' safety. The Minnesota State Patrol also has state troopers ready to help.
Attorneys in Wisconsin have created a new legal group just days before the November election. The attorneys have represented Democrats and others opposed to Republicans on issues ranging from redistricting to the lame duck legislative session. The group called Law Forward said today its focus will be defending Wisconsin's progressive traditions and fighting voter suppression in the election. The group could counterbalance a conservative law firm that was brought legal challenges to Democratic Governor Tony Evers' administration, including a fight to overturn the statewide mask ordinance.
Before tonight's final presidential debate, President Trump has released his jobs plan for Minnesota. In a 10-page report released by the White House this morning, the plan talks about local job creation and what the administration has done during the first term in office. Topics included deregulation for Minnesota farmers and Iron Range mines, but does not include much about plans for the future. You can find the full report on our website.
And with only 12 days to go until Election Day, the presidential candidates are in Nashville tonight to square off on the debate stage one last time. Skylar Henry is there with a look at what to expect.
The stage is set in Tennessee at Belmont University for President Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden's final debate before Election Day.
Hopefully he's going to play by the rules.
The Commission on Presidential Debates has instituted new procedures for tonight, including a mute button to ensure a smoother event, despite pushback from the president's campaign.
We thought that this was a way to give a little discipline, which they already agreed to, into it, and so hopefully people could get more out of it, rather than watching a mud fight.
The debate topics were chosen by the moderator, NBC's Kristen Welker, and they cover a range of issues.
The candidates are taking the stage tonight as tens of millions of Americans have already cast their ballots, including here in Tennessee, where there's been record turnout since early voting began last week.
I've already voted.
Nick Quayara is supporting former Vice President Biden.
Definitely not happy with what Trump's done in terms of just creating a divisiveness right now.
People have a problem with his tone. I don't.
Bob Appleby voted for President Trump, who was also his choice in 2016.
Well, I think he's done a good job. He's kept his promises. He's built the border wall.
Despite their support for opposing candidates, both Nick and Bob say they're hopeful the country will come together once the election is over.
Tonight's debate will be broadcast here on CBS beginning at 8 o'clock local time.
In other national news, Senate Republicans voted to authorize subpoenas for testimony from Facebook and Twitter CEOs. Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey are already scheduled to testify voluntarily before the Senate Commerce Committee next week. The Senate Judiciary Committee motion comes amid growing conservative criticism of the tech companies. Specifically, Republicans are unhappy about content moderation decisions, which some GOP members have called a form of election interference.
Still to come on Live at 5, winter weather did not stop students from celebrating Fall Fest in Hibbing, but it did prompt a Superior business to shut down for the season. City by City is up next.
And tonight at 6, according to the National Institutes of Health, the number of kids and adolescents struggling with anxiety, depression, and other mental health conditions have been steadily rising.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, Local, CBS 3. The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
I hail from Canada, but I'm not a hockey player. I came here for soccer, but my journey at UWS has turned into much more than just an athletic endeavor. I have a lot to thank the professors for allowing me the opportunity to have confidence in myself, whether it's on the field or in the classroom or on the campus, and I think that I really flourished. For me, my experience at UWS has truly allowed me to connect with who I am. You know, for such a small campus, I think it offers such a big experience. The name Superior truly fits this institution.
Here at Angie's Closet, we are a consignment boutique that carries a variety of women's clothing and accessories in all shapes, sizes, and styles that are friendly on your wallet. Come let Angie and her team style you from head to toe in an outfit that is just your style. We feature name brands like Calvin Klein, Banana Republic, Chico's, and more. We are honored to have been voted the best consignment store in the Northland for 2020. Stop in today at Angie's Closet or find us online. We're located on Tower Avenue in Superior, Wisconsin.
So, you made it all the way up to the North Pole?
Yep, and the South. But I need good Medicare coverage so I can keep exploring.
Well, we have Medicare Advantage plans. Some starting at $0 a month.
Can I find them online?
Yeah, absolutely. Or you can give us a call.
Sounds good.
Well, our stop is just up ahead.
So that was the shortest ride I think I've ever been on.
Yeah, quarantine legs. Gotta work those muscles back up.
Season 2 is here, y'all. And yes, I am in an eye patch. How much more, Kelly, can it
get? The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
First, the radical left came after Republicans like me.
Then the radical left came after police officers like me.
Now they're coming after you. We live in dangerous times. That's why I'll always defend the police and your Second Amendment right to defend your family. Tina Smith has already voted against both. I'm Jason Lewis, and not only do I approve of this message, I guarantee it. Not bad.
Let's keep practicing.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over the city of Duluth. As you can see, it's rather foggy out there. A few flakes flying by our camera there. Caitlin Moffat will have your full weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region.
A local business is calling it a season as the winter sets in. Plus, snowboarders and skiers are gathering in Grand Rapids this weekend to celebrate the start of winter.
That and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city.
Starting things off in Superior, where a local business is calling it quits for the season. The Red Mug Coffee Shop is bidding the community farewell. They are closing their portable coffee truck as temps begin to drop and the winter sets in. The Red Mug was forced to close its brick-and-mortar location earlier this year due to the financial strain of the COVID-19 pandemic. But thanks to a community support and a successful fundraising campaign, the shop was able to open their coffee trailer outside their future location, which is inside the historic Superior Library building.
Now heading over to Hibbing, where fall festivities are still a go, despite it looking a little bit more, well, probably a lot more like winter outside for students from Greenhaven Elementary celebrated the fall festival by going on a hayride, playing with animals at the petting zoo, and completing an obstacle course.
And finally, we'll finish off in Grand Rapids, where the winter weather is perfectly suited for an event this weekend. On Saturday, snowboarders and skiers will gather at Rapids Brewing Company for the Fall into Winter Boards and Brews Festival. The festival will feature a vintage snowboard display, live music, and a premiere snowboard film. Rapids Brewing will also be debuting a special winter ale for the event.
If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, how early season snow could impact this year's rifle season.
And snow continues to fall across the Northland into your early overnight hours. I'll have the timing and details coming up next.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS 3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
I am Robert. My wife, Katie.
I'm Ollie.
Yes, you're Ollie.
We are the 4th generation of a family farm. It has been more down times than good times. 2 years ago, a storm came through this area, took down our barn. Financially, it was unbearable, but Tina Smith and her staff, they came through big for us.
And she continues to be there for us. That's something I've never seen in a politician before. Really impressed me. I feel very fortunate to have her as our senator.
I'm Tina Smith, and I approve this message.
Season 2 is
The
here,
Kelly
y'all.
Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
Ready, set, internet. Extreme has the speed and price to get you online fast. Stop waiting and get going for as low as $19.99 a month for a year with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Powerful in-home Wi-Fi and 99.99% network reliability. Extreme has what you need to stay ahead and stay on track. Hurry and get Extreme Internet for as low as $19.99 a month for 1 year. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
It isn't always easy living in the Northland. Up here, we have to count on our neighbors and let them know they can always count on us. I have the honor of serving our community in the State Assembly. Down there, I'm fighting to make healthcare more affordable and broadband more accessible. My opponent has other ideas. He wants to help companies like Foxconn give tax cuts and bailouts to billionaires, leaving us behind. I'm Beth Myers, and you can always count on me.
Get your new John Deere mower from Duluth Lawn and Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt this morning.
And the below average trend
Thanks so much for joining us. So wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
Watch Caitlin and Jenna in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m. on CBS 3. The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3. And now your Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt.
Well, if you're just tuning in, we do have some snow falling across the region. A lot of things have changed since as of last night. A few factors, of course, I'll explain here on the maps just to kind of show a little bit of what happened in terms of the criteria that we just aren't meeting in the Duluth area. We have been downgraded back to a winter weather advisory. The winter storm warning we were in, we just aren't going to hit that criteria of 6 inches or more. So areas like the Brainerd and much of central Minnesota are already reporting 4+ inches in some of those counties. A little bit further out of our viewing area, but they're still seeing that heavier band. The rest of us in that advisory until about Friday 1 a.m. Here's the current look at the Doppler and radar. Now, the Twin Ports area has struggled all day to kind of get that snow, especially here in downtown Duluth, because of one, the warmer temperatures were sitting right at the upper 30s, low 40 mark by the Lake Superior, as well as further out, I'll show you here on the Doppler satellite. In central Wisconsin, we had several showers and thunderstorms kind of developing off in our central Wisconsin region. And so due to that of developing all morning and afternoon, it kind of took away that moisture content that we needed here in the Canal Park area to see that snowfall. Now, obviously, there is still snow falling further inland you go, and we've got a few more bands expected to make its way through the region in the next couple of hours, because then it does come to an end. Now, we also have smoke in the skies as well. I'm sure you've noticed a little bit of a grayish yellow tint to the sky all morning, especially down in the Twin Cities. That is from the fires over in actually Colorado making their way to our region. It's going to hang around tonight all the way through early tomorrow morning. You can see how it's really green in this area, so that is going to also provide a little bit of a hue to the sky, and it's kind of looking a little grayish yellow out there as that snow does fall. So that's from the smoke in Colorado. 36 degrees down in Canal Park, 33 up on the hill, obviously below freezing in areas like the Iron Range. So as the rain mixes in with that snow, the potential for freezing rain kind of comes into play as well, because there is so much moisture in this system, and that's why we're really struggling to see that more so snow rather than rain. So we've got about one more heavier band expected to make its way through around 8 o'clock or so. And so that's what the Twin Ports really needs to get up to that 3-inch mark to beat that snow record in terms of being the snowiest October on record. We do need about 3.5 inches. I think we might manage it up on the hill. Down here in Canal Park, I really don't think it's likely we're going to see very much snow stick to the ground. It's falling just now outside, but not much of it's really sticking due to the warmer surfaces. And you'll see by 11 o'clock, it's mostly out of Minnesota, still in northern Wisconsin, and they're going to actually start to see lake effect. We've got northerly winds shifting over the warm Lake Superior, so cold air over a warm body of water is going to create some lake effect snow for the Snowbelt UP area. Nothing new for them. They're used to that kind of all afternoon Friday as well. We're going to start to clear out in the Friday afternoon period, and then skies will actually start to clear overnight tomorrow, and that's going to allow temperatures to really plummet down into the teens. Here's the updated snowfall forecast. I've shifted majority of it further south, 2 to 4 inches for much of the Duluth area, Two Harbors, areas like Hibbing. A lot of it's going to be a wet, slushy snow, though, and then areas, of course, 4 to 8 looking likely for those folks that are going to see that lake effect throughout Friday morning. So tonight, temperatures dropping to about 28 degrees up on the hill, 31 down by the lake, 27 in Hayward, 28 in Washburn. And then as we head into tomorrow, temperatures get back into those upper 30s, low 40s, but still sitting well below average. And then as we head through the 7-day forecast, we're looking at temperatures all week remaining below average in terms of where we should be sitting. Average temperatures about 50 degrees. This weekend, we're going to start off on a very cold note. We'll actually see some sunshine, though. It'll be nice finally. We haven't seen a lot of sun this week. Saturday should be a nice start. Temperatures down in the teens overnight. And then some snow to our south on Sunday.
Almost 20 degrees below average for much of that 7-day. That's hard to believe that we're so close, or we're really immersed in winter-like conditions.
And it's only fall.
It's only fall. Thanks, Caitlin.
Yep.
Well, for more on the weather, we'll go live with Emma Quinn from Live by 3. She's got a quick road update. What's it looking like out there for us tonight, Emma?
So, Tony, right now we're on Maple Grove Road in Hermantown on St. Louis County Road 6. And I'll turn the camera around so you can see the snow is starting to stick a little bit to the roads. As of right now, the road's covered on the side of the road, the trees, everything's covered out here. But as of right now, the roads are pretty easy to drive on. Again, you always want to take it slow with these roads, snow coming here. We were out in Duluth Heights neighborhood earlier, just like a half an hour ago. And out there, it was kind of raining. That snow hadn't really come down there yet. So again, you can see kind of in the stop sign there at these intersections, there's some puddles that are coming up onto the roads. So again, Hermantown, snow's coming down out here, and again, you're going to want to take it slow out on the roads. Tony?
As always, a much different snow picture up there in Hermantown than it is down here in Canal Park, where we're seeing almost nothing. Emma Quinn live for us tonight. Thanks, Emma. Duluth's homeless population will have a place to go when overnight temperatures dip below freezing this winter. That's a change from years past when the City Warming Center opened when temperatures were colder. Last year, it only opened on nights below 20 degrees. In 2018, that threshold was 0 degrees. Another change is this year, the Warming Center will be back at City Center West on 58th Avenue West and Grand Avenue. City, county, and Chum officials say they'll be ready to start operating as early as November 4th.
Minnesota and Wisconsin firearm deer hunting openers are still a few weeks away, but hunters are already excited to see this early snowfall. At Fisherman's Corner near Pike Lake, hunters spent the day gearing up for the upcoming rifle season. One hunter told us the early season snow gives him a huge advantage when he's tracking the deer.
But if you move slowly, and with the snow muffles tree branches and leaves, and you just got to move really slowly and try not to make any sudden movements.
Coming up tonight at 10, we hear from a local hunting expert about why he thinks the snow could make this hunting season a very good one.
Still to come, the 148th will be taking the skies later tonight for another round of training exercises. Details after the break. With ongoing racial unrest across the nation, we're digging into the role race could play on the 2020 election.
CBS 3 News presents Race and Campaign 2020.
Cat Country 98.9.
One margarita, two margaritas. I just wanna be cool again,
Duluth and Superior's country station is Cat Country 98.9.
If I have the honor of being president, I promise you I will lead. My plan lowers healthcare costs, gets us to universal coverage quickly when Americans desperately need it, by making it less expensive for Americans to choose plans with lower deductibles and out-of-pocket expenses, by lowering prescription drug prices, by ending the practice of so-called surprise billings. When I'm president, I will take care of your health care coverage and your family the same way I would my own. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Truck toppers, lids, liners, and accessories. Northwest Outlet is your truck topper headquarters of the Northland. Northwest Outlet has a large variety of ARE toppers for all makes and models of trucks, foreign or domestic, in all kinds of custom colors and styles and free installation. ARE's smooth, sculptured profiles and tight fit make it hard to see where the cab ends and the topper begins. Beautiful and rugged ARE has the highest quality construction for strength and durability. Northwest Outlet, 1814 Belknap Superior, the store that saves you more.
Start feeling all right with a smile that fits your life at Aspen Dental. Our best price on dentures is back, starting at $2.99 per arch for a limited time. We craft them on site, so they never leave our site, and they're yours in as little as a day. Right fit, right quality, right price. Dentures starting at $2.99 per arch, only through October 31st. Only at Aspen Dental. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL 7 days a week or book online today.
We've been down this road long enough, but Tom Tiffany wants to keep us going in the wrong direction. Even during a pandemic, Tiffany supports taking away protections for pre-existing conditions, kicking millions off their health insurance, and forcing you to pay more. There's another way. Tricia Zunker. Zunker will put our families first with better health care and help for small businesses, workers, and farmers to get our economy moving again. Tricia Zunker for Congress.
I'm Tricia Zunker, and I approve this message.
What are you thinking?
Thinking about burger, fries, and some pie.
You know it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, then bring the pie first.
It's back and better than ever. Perkins Burger, Fries, and Pie Combo. For a limited time, enjoy any burger, fries, and a slice of pie. And always served safely. Whether you dine in, order online, or get it to go. Order now at perkinstogo.com.
Rebuilding Minnesota in a post-pandemic world will take heart and hard work. I'm Michelle Lee, your DFL candidate for Senate District 11. From Teamsters to teachers to laborers to public service professionals, I've earned endorsements from union and labor organizations representing thousands of our essential workers. Now I'm asking for your personal endorsement on Election Day, your vote. Together, we're Minnesota Strong. I'm Michelle Lee, and I approve this message.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
Duluth Boat, Sports, and Travel Show organizers have decided to cancel next year's event. The annual show, along with the Northland Outdoor Duluth Deer Classic, was supposed to be held in February at the deck. However, organizers say safety during the pandemic is their top priority. Leaders are now marking their calendars for February of 2022.
You can expect to hear more jets flying overhead in Duluth this weekend. The 148th Fighter Wing will be conducting combat readiness exercises. Residents in northern Minnesota and the UP may hear F-16s taking off, flying, and landing, as well as other sounds. The exercises take place from 7 a.m. to midnight both Friday and Saturday, and on Sunday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, the final face-off for President Trump and Joe Biden. Tonight, nearly 50 million Americans have already cast their ballots as the candidates make their closing arguments. Plus, Iranian interference after a surprise FBI press conference. What we've learned about Tehran's plot to send thousands of bogus emails to intimidate voters. And you're never too old to have fun. We'll introduce you to a rookie skydiver taking the plunge at the age of 102. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Need a flu shot? Find flu booth dates and locations at essentiahealth.org.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota equipment. Featuring front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers, it's everything you need to take on winter. Get select Kubota equipment for 0 down and 0% APR for up to 60 months. See your local Kubota dealer today.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
We're live on the road as the snow is falling. We'll have more details what conditions are looking like outside.
We go into detail into the Duluth Police Department's biggest drug bust in history, a year in the making.
First, the radical left came after Republicans like me.
Then the radical left came after police officers like me.
Now, they're coming after you. We live in dangerous times. That's why I'll always defend the police and your Second Amendment right to defend your family. Tina Smith has already voted against both. I'm Jason Lewis, and not only do I approve of this message, I guarantee it. Not bad.
Let's keep practicing.
I support Pete Stauber because Pete Stauber has working men and women's backs.
Pete Stauber has worked to get our economy reopened and bring jobs back to Minnesota.
Pete doesn't care about politics. He cares about doing his job and creating jobs for us.
Fighting for our jobs, fighting for our families, fighting for our way of life.
This isn't about politics. This is about protecting jobs in Minnesota. Pete Stauber's there for us when the rubber meets the road.
Pete Stauber for Congress.
I'm Pete Stauber, and I approve this message.
Season 2 is here, y'all. And yes, I am in an eye patch. How much more, Kelly, can it
The
get?
Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
All right, Caitlin, you've been watching this storm slowly make its way toward
it's
us.
definitely not what we wanted. Obviously, it's good for the roads.
Yeah, very good.
Very good for the commute home. Most of the areas are just looking at wet roads. Partially covered. Here's the last Doppler satellite look. I'll just show you here. The one band that we're kind of watching move through as it's going to come through the Duluth areas, this is like this last moderate heavy snowfall that we're looking at. That's going to kind of move through the region. That could bring us those couple of inches we need. Otherwise, just take it slow off the roads. It will move out later tonight.
And we'll have much more coming up tonight at 6. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is up next.
Thanks for watching.